Welcome, this is Carrie Schell from Unpoint Quilter. We're going to start with a panel and then I will share with you how to design borders for your panel. In particular, I always love to have borders with pieced blocks. I'm on the Northcott site where there is the panel for the lion and lamb. Note the panel size, 43 by 28. And they have a button to download all of the fabric files. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. It is very important to know where these are going on your computer. And I am going to put them under my EQ8 images. So I'll navigate there on my computer. Select Save. If you're on a PC, double-click on the compressed zip file to open it. That's going to open the extraction window, and then I will select Extract All, make note of the location or even change the location, and then select Extract. Now this process is not part of EQ, and so it will be different depending on your particular computer's operating system. So make sure you understand how to do extractions for your system. In Electric Quilt 8, I'm going to select New Project and label this Lion and Lamb Panel Quilt and select OK. Start by viewing the project sketchbook, and in the Fabrics tab, select Clear, followed by OK, and go ahead and close. Then select Libraries, followed by Fabric Library, and select Import from Image Files. Navigate to the saved location of your downloaded fabrics. Open the folder, and then with the Shift key on your keyboard, select the first and the last fabric and select Open. Then select all fabrics, add to sketchbook, and close. Select Design a Quilt from Scratch and select a New Quilt Horizontal. On the Layout tab, change the number of blocks to 1 by 1. Change the size to the size of the panel, so that would be 43 by 28. Select the Design tab, select Fabric Tools, locate the panel fabric. Now this one may just look like a black fabric because EQ is reading the upper left corner. But go ahead and click on it and click on the primary block in the quilt to see the full panel. Select the Border tab. The easiest way to ensure square blocks around a rectangle is to select the Style Tile Squares. All of the blocks are squares, and EQ automatically adds a spacer so that they fit. Now that looks way too big, so if we want the border to be smaller in size, we need to scroll down and increase the number of horizontal blocks in border. And you can see as we click on the numbers, it changes that intermediate border along with the size of the actual blocks. So the one that I thought looked good was this one, which is 9 horizontal and 6 vertical. Now on the Design tab, I'm going to select a color, and I want to color one of the blocks and both of the spacer borders. Then on Print and Export, I can select the block, and it's going to tell me the finished size, which is 5 by 5. And if I click on each of the spacer borders, it tells me that I have a 1-inch border. Now, if I don't want that mitered border, on the Border tab, I can do an Insert and just put in a 1-inch long horizontal. And you'll notice now I've eliminated the spacer. Okay, select the Design tab, and now we're going to create blocks for our border. So select the Block Work Table and select a new block, Pieced Easy Draw Block. Set the block width and height at 5 by 5, and let's set the snaps at 4 by 4 with snapping options just snap to grid. Start by drawing a vertical line down the center And then draw diamonds on the left and the right. Select the Color tab, color the block, and add to Project Sketchbook. And now select a new block piece, Easy Draw. And for this one, we're just going to draw a square in a square. Select the Color tab, color the block, and add to Project Sketchbook. Select the Quilt work table, select Block Tools, Set Block, and locate the square in a square block, and click on the adjacent blocks to each of the corners. Then select the double diamond block and put it in the 5 center spaces on the top and bottom and the 2 center spaces on the left and right. Using the Alter Options key on your keyboard, select Rotate and click on one of the blocks in both the left and right borders. Let's add some additional purples for coloring our border. Select Fabric Tools, color one of the empty blocks using the other purple in the fabric collection. To find matching fabrics, start by selecting the eyedropper and change to the tools that say Find a Matching Color. Click on one of the purple fabrics in the quilt. Select the eyedropper again and use the color selector and select the other purple fabric. That's going to add 2 new colors to my color palette. Select Open Library and then select Search by Color. Select the drop-down under the color selector and scroll to the end. Now, there will be some grays after the new ones we've added, but select one of those new colors and select Search. Select OK, and then select any fabrics that you think will work and select Add to Sketchbook. Select Search by Color, and now from the drop-down, select the second purple from our color selector and select Search, followed by OK. And now click on any additional fabrics and select Add to Sketchbook. And then you can go ahead and close. Using the paintbrush, switch over to Fabrics and now color the diamonds and some of those unpieced squares with the newly added purple fabrics. Color the inner border. Select the Borders tab and select Add, and select the style Horizontal and create a 3-inch border. Select Add and change the style to mitered and change the size to 0.375, and this can serve as the binding. Select the Design tab and color the last 2 borders. Select Hide Show Quilt Patch Lines and then add to the Project Sketchbook. Thanks so much for watching. For additional tips and techniques, please subscribe to my newsletter at onpointquilter.com. And if you are part of the Learning EQ Facebook group, I would love to see pictures of the panel quilt that you choose to draw.